Right, it's Monday. Welcome to a weekly vlog, people. I'm watching Shan from Rusting Willpower doing a list. I'll have to pause it because these two... Where is it? Right, let's pause that. I switched it on because Dobby's having a mad half hour because Molly... Pardon my slippers, folks. Molly chased her. Molly doesn't usually chase her, so she's... Get that out of the way. I'm filling out a political... What can we do in your area? Look at the dog hairs on mine. Are you having a mad half hour? Are you? But you're behind me now, I can't see you. Go on, did Molly chase you and did you get excited because Molly chased you? Well done, Molly. Well done. Dobby's very excited now. Go on then, you're going to play? Going to do some playing? Go on then. Molly says, that's your lot. She says, I've chased her once, that's enough. You've got her all in a tiz now, Molly. You've got her all beside herself. Look. Dog, you're mad. You're a mad little dog, if ever there was one. Yes, you are. Right, I'm going to go back to filling out my political survey and listening to Shan's most romantic moments. Is that okay, Molly? I don't know what possessed you then to put her in that sort of state. I really don't. Welcome to a new weekly vlog, people. I shall switch the camera on later and catch you up when I've had my Weetabix. Hello guys. It is Tuesday. I don't think I filmed anything yesterday. I was at home all day doing some video edit. Oh, I did. I think I filmed Dobby going a bit mad because Molly had chased her. So it is the next day. I'm going to my mum's. She has in her mind that she wants to get an Easter basket for the graves. Told her someone will nick it and it'll blow over. She's not to be dissuaded. I have to just go first and post a little box to Alice for Easter. Some little treats in. Get that done now and then into my mum's. I don't think I've anything of any interest to tell you guys. Diversion's still in place. Pain in the bum. I think it stops on Friday. Friday's the last day of the diversion. We're going to go, Isaac's off Thursday, Friday and the next week for Easter. The Friday will be busy and the next week will be busy because all kids are off, but on the Thursday it's what school call a Baker Day. I must look up the meaning of that, why it's called a Baker Day, but I think it's possibly a day of teacher training. That was someone I knew, but it isn't. So he's off on Thursday and I think the other schools won't be, so we're going to go up to Belfast on Thursday to see the new Sonic movie, which we're all really looking for. Well, Isaac's really looking forward to and I'm looking forward to. I don't think Darren's particularly fussed, but yeah, where am I going to park? Right, I'm going to have to park. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to park in that spot that everybody parks in, that I get really annoyed at people for parking in. Right, I'm only going to be 2 minutes, there's nobody here. I'm going to go post this and then I'll be back to you. Okay, so I'm back. That is a local shop that has, it's one of those ones that has the post office like attached onto a shop. And the woman that works in there, I have never known a post office so slow, incompetent. They're terrible, absolutely terrible. The other one, unfortunately, there's another one in the next village that I have to pass, which I would normally use, but they're closed for dinner from 1 till 2. That one's only shut for half an hour from 1 till 1:30, so I had to go to that one. But the amount of mistakes they've made, if you put, right, imagine you post a box, which I've just done, and you've put paper on the front and you've written the address, and you've sellotaped that paper onto the box. She will complain if you've put sellotape on because she says that that means the sticker, as in the thing that comes through the printer with like first or second class on or special, whatever, well, that's not going to stick with that sellotape. Of course it sticks. Or I had written a postcode and I'd gone over the B twice because I'd done something wrong, but it wasn't like a really obvious wrong. It was very clear it was a B, really clear. And she goes through it, what is that, a B? It's like, fucking hell, missus. it was any sort of like, you know, if it looked even vaguely like it was something else, I would have rewritten the thing again. But just because everything else was like written with one line, like, and I'd gone over the B, so it was bolder. Honest to God, honest, and it's just taken her. I went in now to post a parcel, weigh it, first class, would take a normal person, I don't know, a maximum of 2 minutes. It's just taken her nearly 10 minutes with a queue of people behind me, obviously thinking it's my fault because I'm posting probably 101 items, one box, and all she had to do was weigh it and print out a bloody label and type a postcode in, and that took her nearly 10 minutes. And there's another old guy stocking the shelves of sweets that hasn't once turned around to look at the fact that a queue is forming and he could do with coming behind the counter. Now, I worked in retail for many, many years. You would shout, you would like, Jimmy, do you mind coming on here, giving us a hand? No, just, she looked over at him, like obviously, what's the word, annoyed that he hadn't come behind the counter, but she didn't shout him to bring to his attention that there was a, oh. It's like when you've done something yourself, you get really frustrated when you see other people do it badly. And she's not friendly, and she doesn't say hello, she's not courteous, she doesn't say thank you, any of those things. And it's like, my first job was retail. I worked in Cameron's, which is, you'll have seen me drive past it, it's similar to Debenhams. It's quite a posh department store. That was my first job. And I floated around all the different departments, so I would work in toys, or in the front counter, or in furnishings, or all over the place. Worked a few office jobs when I moved to England. I had quite a good job working, supporting auditors for the railway industry for a while, but the company's gone bust now. But my favourite job was I worked for Blockbuster quite a few years until I moved to England. I was like just a normal worker for a while, and then I got the manager's position, so I was a manager for quite a few years and I loved it. And people think working for Blockbuster you just sit in your arse and watch films, which is not true. For a start, you're not allowed to put anything on the TV that's above a U or a PG in case children come in the shop. For another one, strictly speaking, you're not allowed to put on movies at all. They have like a Blockbuster advert, like every month a new video's released. In those days it was VHS. A new VHS is released. Beautiful big dog, wow, he's like a big horse. DVDs were out obviously at that time, but the lowly shop workers, we only had VHS to play in the store. But they would release this video every month which had all the new releases and adverts and all this shit, so we're supposed to play that, not watch movies. So when you get the 100th person saying to you, oh, that must be a great job sitting in your arse watching movies all day. I mean, it's actually, you know, you've plenty to do. I mean, anybody that doesn't bring stuff back, you have to phone them all up every single day, make logs of what you've done, who you've spoken to, what they've said. You have to send out written requests for stuff to be brought back. You have to do all your orders for all your, like, we worked in a superstore, so it was, you know, there was a lot of sweets and drinks and ice cream and all that stuff. You have to keep that stocked up. You have to do a stock check every single day to make sure nobody's nicking anything. So basically every piece of stock you have to count it every single day. You also have to pick an entire section of the store, empty the shelves and clean all the shelves down every day. So you know, like one day you would do sci-fi, the next day, basically it meant that once a week everything was getting cleaned. So it took that long to work around the whole store. So there is loads, and Jesus, the size of the stores, hoovering took forever. Also, on the days, during the daytime, only one member of staff is on. So every time someone comes in, you're taken away from whatever job you're doing. So there's plenty to do, but I loved the job because, you know, basically you were talking, everybody that came in, people would come in and chat to you about movies and get recommendations and tell you what they thought of what you recommended last time and all that palaver. I loved it. But that's why I always, when I watch Alan, that watches this channel, Kermit's Ghost, does videos every Monday where he goes to HMV and he shows everyone what's newly released, and you know, he shows them the whole package and the prices and all that stuff. And it's always such a joy when he goes into that HMV, because it's so impeccably laid out and tidy, and just the displays look beautiful, like all the DVDs and stuff. And it's like, as someone that managed a store like that, it just makes my heart sing to see just something so beautifully organised as that store is. So it's a real credit to the staff in that store. I know how hard it is to get staff, you know, younger people that tend to work in Blockbusters when they existed, or like retail of any description like HMV. Most of the staff tend to be very young students. You'll get the managers that are that bit older, but trying to get, you know, 18-year-olds to have any kind of, I'm generalising, but in the most case, to want things to look a certain way, they will do the bare minimum they can get away with doing. So it's difficult to have a store that looks as nice as that. So it's obviously got good staff in there. That was interesting, guys, wasn't it? The little OCD in me just likes to see organisation. So I'm on the, what's that word, the diversion. There's a car in front of me doing 25 miles an hour. Oh no, the heady height's at 30 now. So I'm going to go because I'll bore you to tears. There's nothing to tell you. I shall come back to you later in the week, this evening, tomorrow at some stage. Talk to you later, guys. Hello, guys. Right, handbrake. But handbrake is off. Why am I not moving? That's what's wrong with the car. It's the handbrake. It's going in June to be fixed. Just out of my mum's. We went to, just thought I'd update you on. I've just an anorak about such things. I didn't know in Boots you could print out photographs from your phone. My mum, there's a photograph, actually I filmed when we were in there, but there were people beside us so I couldn't really talk. There's a machine where you can actually plug. I thought, oh crap, my mum says, have you got that photograph that she wanted me to get printed for her? And we don't have like a negative, all I had was a scan of it, but they can't find the original photograph. It was like when my parents were engaged. I love the photograph, it was taken in a photo booth, and I just have always really liked the photo. But I'm like, I didn't put it on a memory card or USB. And anybody, well, the older iPhones, my iPhone's a number 11. I don't know if the newer ones take memory cards, but I know mine doesn't, which I hate. There's not nearly enough storage on iPhones. But I got an Android last time. I had iPhones for like years. Always like a lower, you know, not the several before the most recent one. But then I switched to Android for the storage and stuff. But the speed and the camera of the iPhone is so much better that I went back to iPhone again. The storage is just the real issue. Anyway, I wasn't even talking about that, but not at those Boots machines, they actually have little leads which go into your phone, so you can connect it directly, and they also have Bluetooth. Mine wouldn't work, but thankfully the little lead was there, which was awesome. So I was able to get the photograph printed, so I was well pleased with that. So I took that was a bit of white snack. I took a notion for spaghetti bolognese, so I'm calling at Tesco on the way home for some mince and some sauce. We're going to have some spag bol tonight. But I'll go, that was it. Just updating you about the Boots photo printers. I'm sure that's, you'll go, yeah, of course Lisa, we knew that. But there you go. Just in case you didn't know that. And you want a little random photograph done, you can get it done off your phone. You don't have to put it on a USB or a memory card like you used to have to do. So I shall speak to you guys later.
I couldn't see you for the wall, that you said? What was that you said? Nothing hurts this much. But I've seen the way that bodies lie and bodies tend to break. I've been away too long to be afraid. But you know, what you know is better, is brighter. And you know, what you know is better, is brighter. And this is where we were when I showed you the dark inside of me, in spite of me. On a bench in the park, you said to me, this is not you, this is not you, this is not you, this is not you. But I've seen the way that the bodies lie and bodies tend to break. I've been away too long, and I don't know a better place. But you know, what you know is better, is brighter. And you know, what you know is better, is brighter. This is where we were when I showed you the dark inside of me, in spite of me. On a bench in the park.
Wednesday morning. No, it's not. It's Thursday morning. Another nice day. We're going up to Belfast today to see Mario. So yeah, I'll check in with you guys later. Oh, it is Thursday. It is the day before Easter Friday. So what's it called? Good Friday. We are about to have a drive up to Belfast to see the new Mario Brothers movie. The reason we're going to Belfast instead of Ballymena is because my greedy guts wants a Chinese buffet. Honest to God, it's a food addiction. I can't stop it. So that's what's happening today, guys. I shall let you know what the movie was like when we've seen it. I've heard it's good fun, so we shall see.
Screen you're going to?
Yep. Oh, I don't actually.
Screen 3. Now I'm not too sure if they're still in clean that wee one, but if they are, we'll just wait outside it for me.
No problem, thank you. Easter Saturday.
We got Easter egg.
A whole Easter egg. This is from Kelly and Dave, who are Isaac's godparents, by the way.
I'm not 100% sure what this is. I'm trying to figure it out. This is the bell. It's a wind chime.
Oh, that's so cute.
What's a wind chime? I'm kind of puzzled.
It's the thing you hang up that makes noises.
Oh.
And you can paint it as well.
I'm going to paint mine completely black.
No, you are not.
Yeah,
There's no black paint there, so you can't.
Then we got the chocolate.
I'm sorry for the footage, guys. The
Oh my
light's right behind Isaac's head.
Chick
Chocolate.
chocolate.
Right, they're mine.
No. Simply no.
It's Easter Saturday, by the way,
Whoa!
folks.
That's
the
kind of
day
cool.
behind.
It's like one of those things where you put the dots down
Oh,
and make a
cool.
shape. Weird.
Is this? Yes, Kelly says Easter duck. Is this a duck?
I think it's either a duck or a chick.
Crystal, so cool. I've never seen one of these before. That'll be cool.
Oh my god. Do you know Kinder Eggs?
Yeah.
Mini Kinder Eggs.
Oh yes, I saw those in the
Oh
shop.
my god. I haven't had a Kinder Egg in so long.
Yeah, that's because how much stuff is in this bloody bag? Is it?
Oh, it's a...
I
Is it
should
a
have.
gnome?
I should have waited to the end.
Is this a gnome?
Gnome.
It's a gnome! Oh my god! Gnome!
Yes. What's it say? It's a gonk,
It's a gnome!
which is kind of like gnome. What am I saying? Gnome.
Gnome!
Oh, how many chocolates?
Kid Card! Oh my god.
They're really nice.
What the hell? Colin the Caterpillar.
Oh.
Colin the Caterpillar.
Oh, how cute are they?
Colin
They're
the
like
Caterpillar. Yeah.
Do you know that cake you get, Colin the Caterpillar cake? That's the same
Yeah.
cake. This must cost them a bloody fortune. The amount of
Jelly
kids this
baby
is.
chickens. Oh my god. How the hell? There's more! We got the
Isaac, you're going to be eating sweets for
mini
weeks.
egg. Then we got
Always.
that Purdy Pig.
Oh, Percy Pigs are awesome.
Yeah, Purdy
Somebody's
Pig.
been to Marks and Spencer's. Oh, they're all different colours.
Why does everything have a name? Charlie the Chick.
Oh.
I'm gonna eat his head off.
Oh, how cute is that? Look at that one, Charlie the Chick.
Oh my god! It's Hopper as a duck. Oh my god.
That's very cool.
Jim Hopper, but a duck.
Let me see. Oh, so cool. I love Hopper.
God. Oh my god.
Look at that. His little
my
outfit
God.
and everything.
Oh my
Hold
god.
on. You can get 11, Hopper, Demogorgon, and Steve Harrington. Oh, Hopper's the one I would have picked. Oh,
Burger.
he's so cool.
Oh my god. I'm opening it.
Alright, I'm going to stop this because...
that
Oh
would
no,
raise
I
it.
did it. I thought it was going to take me a while to open it.
He has a cup of coffee. Oh my god.
He's so cool. Look at his moustache on top of his beak.
He has a gun. He has a gun. The duck has a gun.
Very cool.
Jump scare.
What do you say?
Thank you
Very
much for the
For-
hopper duck.
All of this
And the hopper duck.
and Hopper Duck.
Hopper duck.
I think there's a card there as well, Isaac, for you.
Oh, I'm blind.
I didn't. Oh, there's me mugging. I didn't put a card in. Apologies, I didn't put a card in. I've never...
Carton.
Card in.
I thought you said I
Alice's
didn't put a
parcel
card in.
I sent over. Look at the amount of bloody stuff.
Molly, I swear to God, Molly, if you eat this, I will.
Oh, doggies on the card. How nice.
Yeah. Hop and take it.
You're too kind. Far too much. As always, a full Easter egg as well. My Easter egg, I started eating it last night and it's not nice. I was so
tell you,
disappointed. Me and Darren buy ourselves one Easter egg each year, and it was a Reese's Pieces Easter, because I love Reese's Pieces, but the egg, and they've got these little things that look like tiny Smarties in, and they're horrible. So the only part of it that's nice is the 2 peanut butter cups that were in it. I'm very disappointed.
America flag. Duck. Duck. Yeah, duck.
Right, Isaac, can you go over the road with the stuff for...
I can.
Will you?
Sure.
Sophie and Joseph and... What's the wee girl called?
Colette.
Oh, I forget her name. The two that are the same are for
Girl.
Joseph. Oh dear God! Right, so I'll tidy all this up then. I got some little. Oh, I think you brought your shoes.
Burger.
Oh, where's Darren? What have you got it out? Oh, so I've got it out as well.
Oh, my goodness, That's it. Cannot wait till
This is where we're at now, folks. It's really difficult actually, because you basically just get given this and told, off you go, off you pop, And you have to sort of, and obviously it doesn't look exactly like that, does it? Hang on, I mean, trying to do these bits at the bottom, really bloody hard. So like, see how it goes from like blue and white to like yellow and white? That's the bit I'm trying to do. And it's like a bit of a mess. So you can only imagine what it's going to be like when I get to the sky. So that's where we are now, folks. Trying to do as best we can. Isaac is on TikTok. I am watching The Casual Criminalist before the usual Saturday night TV event on deck and stuff like that. Dogs are in their bed, having a little sleep. And yeah, that's what's happening today. I'm going to tell you later. It's too long a story to hold my camera up. I'm going to tell you about the... Actually, hang on. Right, okay, I've... Where's my needle? I've repositioned my phone so I don't have to hold it. So I'm going to tell you the vet story. So, Molly has been on... I'm going to do some sewing while I'm talking to you. What colour was that bit? Honest to God, that's white and that's yellow. Molly has been on a medication called Vetmidin for... I don't know, about 6 months so far for heart murmur. Now, we always knew she had a little heart murmur. She's had it since we got her, and it was a level 1, which means it's not very serious. Last year, we had Molly and Dobby's teeth done. Dobby had really bad teeth when we got her. She needed to have, I think, 9 extractions, which is terrible. Molly had none. She was fine, so she just had her like teeth cleaned. And what happened, you may remember this, Molly had a really sore like red area of her chest. And what it turns out had happened is the wash that they used to like clean down the dogs, like to clean the blood off basically after an operation or a teeth scaling, they hadn't diluted it properly and the chemical had burnt her chest. Now at the beginning it went red and it swole up, and obviously nobody knew what it was. They thought it was an allergic reaction to the anaesthetic, but when it then blistered and then it scabbed, then they realised that the wash probably hadn't been diluted properly. The person that said that to Darren was like a lesser member of staff that probably shouldn't have said it. So weren't best pleased at all. At that time, Molly had her chest listened to again, and they said that her murmur was now a level 4, which was very concerning since it was a level 1 previously. But they said the level of pain and stress may have contributed to it. So they would have her back and check it again. When they checked it again, it was they put her on Vetmidin because of that, which is a heart murmur medication. Then they checked it again and it was back to, they said it was a 1/2, which isn't very serious at all. But they said that it would do, it was better being on the medication than not. It would sort of hold it at bay sort of thing. So that's how it's been. Basically, because the doctors for 6 months, 3 months supply of this stuff cost £200, but you can buy the same medication from an online pharmacist for £90, but you have to pay the vet to write the prescription, and you have to pay the vet £40 to do that, but it still works out at 130 rather than 200, so you're saving £70 doing that, which is what we did. So long story short, it's coming up to her needing the medication again, so she was booked in for a prescription, or Darren phoned to book her in for a prescription. And they've been taken over by something called Medivets, and the prescription charge has gone from, the consultation charge, I think consultation was about 20-25 quid. Now the consultation charge starts at £40, meaning if you've got a question and you go in there and you're in there 10 seconds, it's £40 for them to answer the question. The treatment then on top of that, so say if we took Molly to have her nails clipped, she would pay £40 for going in the door and a further £25 for the nails. So for us to get Molly's nails clipped would cost £65. So it was going to be £40 for the consultation, whatever price for the examination, and then £40 for them to write out the prescription. And Darren's like, what? So they said they were taken over by Medivet, and that's just the price, and that's what it starts at, and basically like it or lump it sort of thing. So Darren's saying, right, he says, I'm going to have to go and, you know, look into this, get more advice on this. He called another vet in Ballymena, and basically Molly went for an examination there, and they examined her, and the consultation fee and the full thorough examination was £25, and they were really good, and they got her notes sent over from the other vet because we've now moved vets. And the vet says these notes make absolutely no sense. She says, can I ask you, has Molly had an x-ray? And Darren says, no, she's never had an x-ray. She says, no, it doesn't say here that she has. Had she been lethargic? Darren says, no. Apologies for this angle, it's terrible, isn't it? You get to see all our nice pictures on the wall. No, she hasn't been lethargic. Was she off her food? No. Was she coughing? No. So, and she hasn't had an x-ray? No. Well, she says, I really do not understand why they've put her on this medication. She says her heart murmur is a 1/2. She said that's not serious enough to be on this medication. She shouldn't be on it. She said, I thought possibly they'd done an x-ray and they'd seen something. No. She says, right, well, stop taking the medicine instantly. She said, we'll have her back next week because we're closing for Easter. And we'll do an x-ray because she said she may have bronchitis. She says, I can hear a noise in her lung. Other vet missed that entirely. She said, if that's what it is, it's entirely treatable. She said, but it may be she doesn't need to be on this vet medin at this stage at all. So we have to phone back on Wednesday. So she shouldn't have been on the medication. They're not meant to be given the medication unless they've had an x-ray or has got various symptoms, which Molly had none. Also on the notes that the vets wrote that we brought her in with a rash on her chest. There's no mention of how the rash got there, the fact that they burnt her with this, basically lies. So the new vet was just absolutely perplexed and disgusted at the treatment. So we'll have to have her back. You know, it's going to be expensive having the x-ray and all that stuff, but if it needs doing, it needs doing. But needless to say, we're not very happy at the old vets for lying on the thing about what was wrong with her, for giving her medication that costs a lot of money but she didn't need, and for missing something else that potentially could get worse if it's not caught. So, yeah, not very good. Not very impressed with them at all, and they're like the biggest vet in Ballymena. They're like a big, posh, fancy vet. So we're going to one that's quite a bit further away now, but, I mean, £25 to give her a full examination, listen to her chest all over. £25 as opposed to if she had that in the other place, it would have been about 65, 40 walking in the door and 25 minimum for the examination. So yeah, that's what's happening. So it's Easter Saturday. Did I tell you I got a Reese's Pieces Easter egg? Me and Darren get one. I think I did. We just get ourselves and eat one Easter egg each. Isaac's got so much sweets and chocolate, it's ridiculous. I'm so jealous. But the Reese's Pieces one, the peanut butter cups in it, which I love, were gorgeous. But these little Smartie type things, and they're not nice. And the actual egg, the chocolate egg's not nice. So I'm really disappointed with my Easter egg. So yeah, I shouldn't be eating it, to be fair. So this is our. Doesn't look too bad, does it? Quite pleased with this bit. Not so sure about this bit, but maybe when this is all finished, this bit won't look so bad. I still need to add quite a bit of white to this yellow to sort of thin it out a bit. And this little bit here too. So Darren is currently making a nice Sunday dinner. He's making some chicken and gammon, and potatoes and vegetables, which Isaac won't eat, so he has to have something else. And then I'm going to watch the last in the series of Ant and Dec tonight. Saturday night takeaway, which I enjoy. If you're in the US or outside the UK, they're like TV presenters, two TV presenters that have worked together like their whole life. They're Geordies, which means they're from the north of England, and they're just likeable chaps. I enjoy watching them. So we shall do that this evening. I'll watch some film or other. I'm not sure quite what yet. Oh, I need to finish. There's a TV show come on Netflix called Beef. It's got, I think his name's Stephen Yeun, who played Carl. No. Who did he play in The Walking Dead? No, it's not coming to me, but you know who I mean. I want to say Carl, but Carl was Rick's son. That's really annoyed me. I can't bear when I do that. Anyway, let's just, you know who I mean. He's in it, and it's basically, it's kind of a bit started like falling down. He's got to a stage in life, he's trying to work, he's had a bad day, and another character who I can't remember the actress's name, but she's fabulous. These two people encounter each other, and they just are both having a terrible day, and there's a bit of a road rage incident, and that's what starts it off. And it's basically about his whole story and her whole story and how they intersect. It's called Beef, as in they have beef with each other. I've got 3 episodes left to watch of that, which I'll finish tonight. It's really good. I've really been enjoying it. I'm wanting that name to come to me, and it isn't coming to me, which is really frustrating me. I will look it up when I'm editing, and I'll put it in. So yeah, that's what's happening today. Then we're into my mum's tomorrow. We've delivered some of the Easter stuff across the way to the little kids. Across the way there's a woman that has a 2-year-old. So obviously you have to get quite, you can't get a load of choking hazards and showy stuff. And then there's a family beside that have a little boy. I think he's 4, and the little girl there is possibly 3. So you have to be really careful sort of what you get. So we've delivered some of those off. One of the families aren't in, so we need to drop that over later. And that is it. Into my mum's tomorrow to see her. Isaac is going to the cinema on Tuesday with 2 of his friends to see Mario again. He really enjoyed it first time, so that'll be good. I'm meant to be in at my mum's that day, so I don't know what's happening with regards to lifts and stuff. And on Tuesday night, we're recording, me and Sean from Lost in the Reel are recording a top 10 true crime series. We were doing just true crime documentaries, and then we realised that almost our entire list were consistent of series, which I hadn't really thought to differentiate them. So just to give you an example, something like Making a Murder as an example, that's a series as opposed to an actual film documentary. So we've changed it to documentary series. We're going to both go down our top 10. We're going to put it out in 2 bits. So recording that on Tuesday night. What else is next week? Friday next week, Isaac is going to a couple of hours gaming session in town with a friend from school called Oliver. And then he'll probably come back here for a bit. And then a couple of days and he's back at school again. So, yeah. So that's what's happening, guys. That's a little bit of a catch up without having to listen to me drive in and the engine noises and all the rest of it. So I shall check in with you later, maybe when Aunt and Deck's on, or I keep looking at the wrong side, the camera's upside down, or maybe tomorrow when we're on the way into my mum's. I'll let you see if I get any more of this done, although after tea I don't think I'll go back to it. I'll leave it for another time. I'm dreading doing this sky. It's going to be a nightmare. Right, guys, I shall check in with you later. Saturday evening, and Molly's just ruined that nice little illusion of them sleeping head to head. Head on Molly. It's chilling time. We've noticed Molly's really perky since she stopped taking those tablets. Aren't you? You're full of energy. We're watching a movie called Nanny that's as boring as watching paint dry at the minute. Dobby's having a kip. Darren's had a headache all day. And we watched a bit of Ant and Deck, and I did a bit of embroidery. That's it today. Very exciting stuff. I hope something happens in this movie soon, because it's a waste of time so far. That's what I switched on to show you. Bless him. I shall check in to sign off tomorrow. Happy Easter Sunday. It's very windy, quite cold, and I've got dead man's fingers again. Let's see if you can see it. Can you see this finger top? And it's starting on this one, and it spreads. It looks like a corpse, completely numb. That's Raynaud's syndrome. Lovely. Hello, that started before I was ready for it. Darren's got sunglasses and a woolly hat. Sunday, Easter Sunday. We're just about to go into my mum's. I've been into my mum's since Tuesday. No doubt she'll have got an Easter egg for Isaac. Another one.
That'll be my fourth.
Yes. My Easter egg isn't nice. So that put paid to that, but after Easter is over, that's when I properly start to crack down with what I'm eating. No more crap. 43 miles, so we're going to need petrol. I'm not getting it today.
What's the date today?
I don't know, is it? I can't remember.
Is it the 8th? Dad, what's the date? Can you check?
It'll come up on thing in a minute. I'm not sure. It's 7th or 8th. I'm sure.
It's 7th or the 8th. That means we're able to go through Christian Doll.
Oh yeah, we can go in, it's open. Your dad went in through the other day with Molly to the vets. They've got nice little spring flowers outside the house. I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, we'll have to get a petrol. I need to get it, say, tomorrow. You've got my cash card, don't you? You had it last night. I don't need it when I'm driving, I'm just checking because I don't have it. So nothing great deal to tell you. We stayed in yesterday. Oh, that's not 30 mile an hour. Quiet day and to see my mum tomorrow. Isaac's off to see Super Mario again with a couple of friends on Tuesday, and then he's got a gaming thing booked for Friday. And I'll have to fit going in to see my mum around somewhere in the middle of the week. So yeah, nothing really to tell you, so I won't waffle. No big news or anything. I've told you about the vet thing. That was the only real noteworthy thing this week. So I shall close off the vlog here. I hope you've all had a nice Easter. I hope you've had lots of chocolate or whatever your want is over Easter. And I shall speak to you all next week. Over and out from Kit.